homeschooling mama of 8 years to 5 kiddos. I currently have a 7th grader, a 6th grader, a 1st grader, a pre-K-er, and a baby that just follows along with us on all of our adventures. So I know how planning a homeschool year can feel completely overwhelming, especially when you're trying to meet multiple age groups or multiple kids' needs. So whether you're just starting or simply want to refresh your homeschool rhythm routine, this video is going to kick off my new series, and this is how I plan our homeschool year start to finish. So over the next few episodes, I'm going to walk you throughout my personal planning real life process step by step. I'm going to keep it simple, I'm going to keep it flexible, and I'm focused in exactly what you need for your family. So step one for me is to cast my vision. I have to have a vision, and I actually created these little sheets to help me with my vision. If you follow me over on my Patreon, I'll leave the link in the description. You can get these for free. I'm going to be uploading them up by the end of the week. So before I open curriculum catalogs, before I make my checklist, before I know exactly what I want to do, I like to start thinking about what is the heart of our homeschool. What do I want our homeschool to look like and feel like for this current year or season of my life? So these are the questions I ask myself, and I want you to ask these to yourself as well. What do I want this year to feel like? What does my family need right now? What are the values for this season of homeschooling? So this year for me, my homeschool vision for my kids is a homeschool year built around STEM activities, rich literature, and project-based learning. So I want it to be a peaceful pace, and I want to create a deeply fulfilling learning environment. So I want it to be for my kids, and I just want it to feel lots of connections, lots of curiosity. I just want there to be peace. So I also set a few personal goals as a homeschooling mom. So this year my goals are to be consistent and to be present, and just do more of that creativity things, reach out to my kids so I spark their curiosity. So after I have my goals, step 2 is I want to evaluate and think back and reflect on last year. So if this is your first year, then you get to skip step 2 altogether. But for me, I've been doing it for 8 years, so I always like to reflect back on what happened the year before. So I like to ask myself some serious questions, and I'm going to ask them to you guys. So think about these. What worked for your family? What felt hard or daunting? What did your kids really, really enjoy and love? And what routines or subjects consistently fell apart or just kept dropping off your schedule altogether? So for us, last year our continent studies, and we actually did these near the end of the year, but it changed my whole basis of how I'm going to run my homeschool for next year. It was such a beautiful thing once we started doing these continent studies. It brought my kids so much joy, curiosity, and connection. So that's why I want to continue with that. So we're going to continue all of our continent unit studies. But those thrived and other things fell apart. So I learned that we were trying to juggle way too many different curriculums, way too many different moving pieces, and we lost focus. So this year I'm cutting out some of that. I'm cutting out some of those curriculums and other activities because I really want more room for wonder, curiosity, and rest and deep thinking. So I really did realize less is more. I guess that really hit home this year for us. So I'm going to be digging deeper into our continent studies. It's going to remain the heart of my curriculum. Sorry guys, I've got some allergies today. So we're going to have fewer outside curriculums. We're going to have deeper exploration into continents and their geography and their history and their literature. And we're going to have more time to connect as a family, to be creative, and have very deep, meaningful conversations. So, step 1, your vision. Step 2, evaluate last year. Step 3, choose your rhythm. So, when I first started, I had that teacher mindset because I used to be a public school teacher. So I had this teacher mindset that you needed to have everything blocked out. 7 a.m. breakfast, 8 o'clock reading, math. And over the 8 years, I've learned that that's silly. It doesn't work for a family. We are a family. So instead of that, I've moved on to a daily rhythm. Because I found that rhythms work better, especially when you have big families, because you never know what the toddler's going to do, what's going to happen with the baby, how the night before went. So I like the word rhythm. So I'm going to ask you to think about these questions when you're setting up a rhythm for your family. What time of day are your kids most focused? What time of day do they naturally need rest or seem to get tired, cranky, or burnt out? When do they need movement? Whether you like a loop schedule, a block schedule, or time blocks. So in the past, we've done a lot of loop scheduling, but this year I don't even think I'm going to do loop scheduling. I think I'm going to try more of a blocking system. So we do love our gentle morning rhythms. I don't have really a wake up time for everyone. We get up, we have breakfast, we do our podcast, which they absolutely love their podcast every morning. We move into morning binders, and then we're going to dig deep into that literature and start with that unit study. We finish the majority of our school in the mornings. After lunch, we go more into our independent study / quiet time. So, but you can adjust this to your family, and you can adjust it to the season in your life. Right after she was born, our entire routine and rhythm changed. And I'm sure as the year progresses, it will change again. You have to be flexible within your homeschool. But I will be sharing more details about our rhythm over on my Patreon. So make sure that you're following me over there, because I'm definitely posting a lot more over there about our actual rhythm and our daily peak in the weeks. So step 1, your vision. Step 2, evaluate last year. Step 3, choose the rhythm that you would like for your family. And step 4, create a big picture calendar. So what I have done in the past is I get a planner every year. I love planning. So last year I used this one. I really did like this one. It is by Simple Plan. Loved it. I used it a ton. But I've actually found I'm such a type A person, so I'm always looking for planners. And I found a different planner. It is not here yet, but as soon as it is, I will do a video on it. I'm super excited about it. It's called By a Well-Organized Homeschool or something like that. But what I do is I take this page, the overview page, and highlighters. And I figure out what is going to be our first day of school, our last day of school. And we normally go July to May. So we do only 1 month off in the summer. And you need to decide your start and then decide on your breaks. We personally, as a family, do 6 weeks on, 1 week off. So it's more of a year-round school. We do take a few weeks at Christmas time, and we normally take all the kids' birthdays off. And we also we plug in any kind of seasonal themes. I plug in unit studies based off of seasons or holidays. I add in any trips, co-ops, or holidays. And we also pay attention to my husband's work schedule, because we want to make sure that we're off when daddy's off, so we can spend time together as a family. I do keep this kind of rough, even though I have it all highlighted. It's not set in stone, because things happen. You have babies, or someone gets sick in your family, or you have to do some kind of trip somewhere. So it needs to be flexible. It's okay if it has to change. It's more about the flow than perfection. And that's what I have learned over the years. It's so much more about the flow than perfection. So don't worry though, I'm going to get more in depth about our daily and weekly planning in some future episodes that are coming. So I have created, again, this Homeschool Vision and Goals planning sheet, and you can download it over on my Patreon. It'll be up by the end of the week. And I'm going to walk you through. It's going to have your family visions, your personal goals, a reflection from last year, and then child-specific goals for each of your children. So you can print that page out as much as you need. It has 2 to a page. So print it, grab a pen, get a cup of coffee, sit down, and really vision what you would like your homeschool to look like for this year. Also, so for next week, here's a little sneak peek. So in the next episode, I'm really going to talk about choosing curriculum and how to choose one that fits your family, how I balance resources for all four different ages in my family, and what I look for materials. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful at all. And don't forget to grab your free resource over at my Patreon and tell me in the comments, what's one word you want your homeschool year to feel like? For me, it's connections and creativity. That's 2 words. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.